Alright, how's she going, eh? On today's episode of Pig Iron Hoarders, I'm going to show you what I do when I get a motor. So when you go pick your motor up in your truck, hopefully you have a truck, at least an El Camino or Ranchero or something, bring yourself an old tire. It's always good to keep a few old tires around. They come in there's lots of uses for them. For example, if you're pushing a car, put your rubber tire in between one bumper and another, and you won't scratch anything up or hurt nothing. Works great for that. If your truck's stuck in the mud and all you got is a chain or two, wrap a chain through the tire to one truck, wrap it to the other side of the tire to the other truck, and it gives you a good shock absorber if you're just hitting the chain hard. It's another good thing. And last but not least, picking up motors. So put your tire in your box, drop the motor into the tire, and it kind of cradles it. You also want to put a strap or two on her to hold her in place, but it doesn't damage your truck bed and it doesn't flop around too much. Then when you get the motor in your garage, what I like to do, because let's face it, a guy only has so many engine stands, and they're hard to find actually. I went to find one last year and I had to buy a used one that was built in Canada by a Ukrainian. And it's actually better than the Chinese ones you buy. And that piece of shit, don't ever buy that stand. The front legs are too wide, and you could not fit an engine hoist close enough to pick the motor. So, horrible design. But anyhow, back to storing motors here. So, get her set on a tire and put your tire on these moving carts. You can buy these moving carts. I think they're 600 pounds or 1,000 pounds rated. They're awesome. You could also probably take some tubing and weld yourself up a little cart and buy some caster wheels, but these seem to work for me. So put her on, and if you need to roll it around, they work great. The only time I've had any trouble with these carts is when I put this big hunk of pig iron, this 354 poly. This is the heaviest friggin' motor I've ever seen. It's a good thing they made power, because it's the biggest, most robust motor I've ever seen. That's 354 cubic inches of Chrysler. That's 364 cubic inches of Buick. Look at the size difference. Unbelievable. They're just huge motors. So yeah, but anything I've ever put on them other than that, who knows? Maybe it was cracked from before. I've had nothing but good luck for. You can put your transmissions on them. They're awesome. But yeah, that's how I keep my motors in my garage, and then you can wheel them around and move them, and it works good. Another thing, when you get a motor, first thing I do, pull all the plugs out of it and fill her up with tranny fluid. You don't have to fill her right up, but put enough to cover the entire top of the piston. Let it sit a day or two. After you let it sit, turn it over so it spreads it, and after that, give her a shot of fogging oil down each hole, and put your plugs back in, and it should be stored pretty good. A lot better than the guy you got it off of was storing it, I'll tell you that. So, alright, hopefully this helps a few people out with a couple tips that took me 20 years to learn on my own, but yeah, alright, have a good one. Till next time.